Okay, we're live. Hey, everybody, this is Bradley Benner with Semantic Mastery. And today we're going to be talking about the quantum leap in online visibility and reputation, marketing and management. And you're going to see a couple of guys that I've got to meet in person, and one of them being a mastermind member for several years now, Matt and Lane. And I've got Adam on with me as well. Excuse me for moral support. So let me go on down the line as I see them. First, Adam, how are you?
Good, good. Glad to be here. And yeah, I'm here for moral support and tech support in the background today. We just switched over. Everyone who's watching, who's been on Hump Day Hangouts knows, since Google Events got shut down, we're doing this on a ClickFunnels page. We got the little chat app going, so making sure that everybody can hear and see us okay. So if you can, go ahead and hop in the chat there on the Discuss app and let us know you're here.
Very good. Yeah, guys, comment to let us know you're here and that you're watching and excited and all that. This is about press releases, guys. You guys know how much we love press releases at Semantic Mastery. We even have our course called Local PR Pro, which was specifically about that. And what these guys are going to be sharing today is a very unique kind of disrupting type of technology for press releases, or essentially their platform is very different than what we're used to seeing out there. So it's quite interesting, and they're going to show a lot of really powerful features and stuff. So I hope you guys are ready for that. So let me introduce our two guests. I'll start with you, Lane. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to have you here. Lane has been a mastermind member for how long now, Lane?
Just about 3 years.
Okay. Yep. About 3 years. So what's cool is he's very he knows a lot about our methods, Semantic Mastery's methods and such, and as well as many others. He's a very sharp guy. So some of the things that he's going to be talking about today are right in line with what we teach, and PR stacking and stuff like that. So some really cool features, and it's really cool to have somebody develop a product like this that has been part of our group for quite some time, to see a little bit of our teaching and training's influence in that. That's really cool. So I'm glad to have you here, Lane. And
thank you, Bradley.
Also want to introduce Matt. Matt, how are you?
Doing well. Glad to be here.
That's good. Matt and I got the chance to meet at the JV Zoo, what was it, Marketing Mayhem, about three and a half years ago, correct?
Yep, that's right.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to just turn it over to you guys and let you run away with it. I'll be in the background, jumping in from time to time, making a comment here and there. So, Lane, it's all yours.
All right, Bradley, Adam, thanks a lot for having us. Guys, everyone that's on with us today, thanks for your time and attention. We do things a little bit differently. I've been on, a lot of these different types of webinars. I'm sure as plenty of you guys have. If not all of you, in terms of just different hearing about different solutions, software, and the like that are offered. You're not going to get a lot of hype from Matt and I. We've built a 7-figure agency over the last 8 years. I've been on a lot of webinars where they spend the first half an hour talking about their rags to riches story and where they come from. We're not going to do any of that. I know you guys are a more technical audience, and if you are on the discussion, I'd love to know a little bit about who's here today in terms of what you guys do. If it's rank and rent SEO, or I have an agency, or whatever it is that you do, it certainly help me try and frame some of what we're going to do to the best fit the audience that we've got today. But again, thanks a lot to Bradley and Adam and the whole Semantic Mastery group. We've learned a lot from you guys, and then Matt and I, have our own backgrounds in SEO and digital, running a digital agency that we've brought to the table as well. And so we're excited about the software and the platform that we have. We have built it for agencies or resellers only. But just to real quickly get into what is it exactly, it's a cutting-edge content marketing platform for authority signal generation and building EAT, otherwise known as expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness, to achieve superior search visibility. Like I just mentioned real quick, how have we got here? What was the impetus or catalyst for Matt and I to embark on building a platform and a tool that we could use it as an agency, and once proven, and launch it and offer it out to other agencies. We built it from the very beginning for other agencies in mind. So from the very beginning, we built it with as an agency / reseller centric focus. But our agency over the last 8 years or so has been built with a primary focus on branding, building websites or web development with proper architecture, structure, silos, all the things that you guys have learned from the Semantic Mastery guys. but then focused on, making those websites, turning them into, assets that rank on page one, both websites and then especially local SEO. I've spent my time in the agency really honing in on the local SEO market because my sales have always been into our agency have always been focused on the local referral market, networking, BNI group. I've always been that way. I've always felt comfortable in those environments. And so almost all of our business that I've brought in on my side has been focused on that local business market. So map pack rankings has been really important. So reputation and social and reviews and all the things that surround local SEO were important in terms of what we were doing as an agency. I got tired of, Matt and I both did really, of beta testing other people's crapware, putting in bug requests and teaching other software companies that just really weren't putting a focus on quality. There's a lot of things out there that just really aren't tried, true, and tested. I remember a recent kind of ClickFunnels alternative that was really hyped, and man, I got into that thing, and just a couple hours into it, and it was just full of bugs and things weren't working, and that's the kind of stuff that we determined, Matt and I, we were not going to release until we had something that was really working well. We focused on building in advanced SEO signaling strategies into the technology. And like I said, we built this for agencies from the ground up. So what can you use this for? Number one, you can use this platform to satisfy Google's algorithms or the algorithm's hunger for EAT, expertise, authority, and trust. If you are trying to rank anything on page one, then we know that expertise, authority, and trust, achieved in many different ways, is extremely important. So our platform is really good for satisfying that requirement, or what we know is Google's signals looking for those EAT signals. I don't know about you guys, but many years ago when Moz came out with those local ranking factors, it really struck a chord with me. Going back into probably, I think, 14 or 15. And I really honed in on that in our agency. And so everything that we've tried to do from a local SEO standpoint has really been focused on generating these signals in an authoritative way, and also in aggregate, building more and more signals in each of these major categories that Moz released. And I can just tell you from my practice, just focusing on generating these signals, especially getting authority signals in the mix in these categories, has always worked to get our clients into page one rankings. We've used other press release services, other content marketing and link building strategies in the past. We found some serious deficiencies, at least at what we thought, some big misses that we thought some of these different platforms just didn't include, or maybe just didn't even think about. And so that's what we set out to solve. So what can you use our platform for? It's really good for rank and run SEO, brand SEO. If you just want to get that company name, that brand name into the SERPs in page one, great for brand SEO, local SEO, as I was just talking about, product SEO, service SEO, book and author SEO, expert positioning SEO. It's a big one, obviously, expert positioning being part of that EAT algorithm or those EAT guidelines. And ultimately, like I said in the very beginning, this is a signal generation engine. And so the common denominator is it requires content. Once you have content and you put it into our engine, or we put it in for you, then the signals that are generated out of it are phenomenal. And we'll get into that here in a more technical way. So, just kind of to underscore, the requirements that Google is looking for in terms of the EAT guidelines, they specifically put in their Google quality guidelines, they specifically instruct their manual reviewers to look at the purpose of the page, to look at the expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness, and they underscore, hey, this is an important quality characteristic. And so what are we to judge? We're to judge the main content quality, the amount of that content. And so they say the rating should be based on the landing page only. Really, they're not Don't go and look at everything else. Just look at that landing page that's ranking. Look at its quality, its amount, and it should demonstrate these qualities of ease. Who's responsible for the main content? So even though you remember, if you guys remember a couple years ago when Google authorship was big and we could influence, the SERPs, and you could get your picture to pop in the SERPs. You guys remember that?
I do. That was awesome.
Yeah, right. And then all of a sudden it went away, and I remember everyone going, "Oh crap, that was awesome!" Right? Because for those of us who figured out how to influence that was a really cool SERP. Well, when that went away, I think a lot of people thought that authorship kind of disappeared, Google authorship. But you can tell right here that Google authorship is absolutely alive and well, and we've planned for that into in terms of our technology and the advanced SEO components. But you can tell that Google is telling the manual reviewer who is responsible for the main content, right? So they're looking for a linkage to an individual, and then they're looking at the reputation of that website in terms of links to help with the reputation research. So this whole idea of Google Eat, guys, is alive. It's the August algorithm update, the Medic update, as it was coined, put a large focus on Eat. The latest one, I think we're still trying to figure out exactly what this broad core algorithm update that happened last week is all about, and all that. I can tell you everything that I've looked at, all of the clients and sites and assets that we've been working on ranking, all went up in rankings, and I'll show you some of those live case studies as Bradley was talking about. So you may have used some of these other PR services or other platforms before, if you're doing any kind of SEO, and so we mention them only for reference, not to compare, because as Bradley was saying, this is a completely different approach than what the other PR services or platforms you may have used. Yes, we're using the same core quality authoritative sites, but that's about where the commonalities end. And from there, we've basically took everything that these guys are all doing as a common industry, and we flipped it on its head in 2 or 3 major ways. And I'll share that more technically here in a second. So how is this different from other press release or even link building services? Well, number one, as I mentioned early on, we've built this for agencies or resellers only, not B2B. That's a big difference. All those other services we just saw on the last slide, all will take in other businesses directly. So if you're an agency or you're a reseller, you've already got a competitor that you're using, that you're competing against with those other services. That's simply never the case with Quantum Newswire. We have our agency that Matt and I have built. We occupy a very, very small hair on the ass, if you will, of all the business that's out there. And our goal is to use that only as our test tube going forward. And, we're not growing our agency. So Quantum Newswire, if you ever go to our public site, you can't sign up there. There's no public pricing there. The pricing that you'll see today, because you're part of Semantic Mastery, was not publicly disclosed. And if any business ever comes to us, that becomes a lead for one of our agencies. We pick the agency or reseller that's closest to that business that's inquiring, and now we've got a lead for them. So one big difference there. We're 100% private label all the time. We're invisible in the distribution process. So you can put your own brand on it. If you're a rank and rent type of person, you can put your own rank and rent companies as the source and the distribution, the source of the content. Quantum Newswire is just completely invisible in the process. That's not an upcharge. Almost any other PR service that was on the previous slide, that only a few of them actually even offer an option for private label or white label. If they do, there's a significant increase in terms of the price if you want that service, if it's available. On our platform, it's always available. We're 100% private label. So a major shift from all other press release services that were on that previous slide is the idea or the principle of content sourcing. So we know that Google's algorithm is always looking for the source of a piece of content. So any article, any blog post, anything that gets pushed online, Googlebot is constantly scanning the horizon, looking for where did the first instance of this content reside? Does everyone agree with me? Bradley, Adam?
Yes, absolutely. It's
All right.
always the first source that gets most of the authority built back to it.
Absolutely. All right. So Matt and I knew that, and yet when we, and I'll show you some examples here when we go into a live browser, but Matt and I knew this, and yet when you look at all the other press release services, they were actually saying that the source of the press release or the source of the content was on the press release service's own website. Press Advantage does this. Press Cable does this. They do this through, actually, Press Cable does this through their own name and also through Marketers Media, which is their kind of underlying subsidiary or the main source of all their content. Access Wire does this. I mean, I can go down the list, but when we looked at this, we were like, well, they're explicitly telling Google that the source of the content is on their own domain. And yet we are trying as SEOs, as people who are trying to build expertise and authority and trust for our clients, we're basically benefiting their domain more than anything else, or that page more than anything else. And so we built our technology from the ground up to flip this on its head. And so in our platform, we tested this, and there was significantly different results, much faster as well in terms of ranking and actual results that came from what we were doing. So early on, after testing this this theory and seeing the results, we then built it and kind of hard coded it into the software platform. So you, as an agency reseller, you choose where the source of the content resides, and then through automation, our platform explicitly tells Google where the source of the content lies, and that's chosen by you, the agency reseller. So that's a huge shift, and the benefit, as Bradley just kind of reiterated, the majority of the authority and the trust flow that comes from each of the pickup sites on our platform is 100% directed to wherever we tell it to go. So that's a huge shift. We also have a proprietary WordPress plugin that automates SEO and workflows for you. I mean, I could spend probably a whole session on just what this does and doing some demos of it. But suffice to say that our as part of this content sourcing feature, when you have the WordPress plugin installed on the money site, we put the content on our platform first. As soon as it's ready, you hit the publish button. Our platform connects to the plugin, publishes the content to the money site first, establishes the permalink for that post, brings the permalink into our platform as the source link URL, and then our platform then publishes out to all the major news and media sites using the permalink of the money site as the source, and explicitly telling Google through tagging that is the source, right? And then the link is a hot link as well through to the source of the money site. That whole process is automated by the plugin. So that plus all of the distribution links that are hot to all the major authority sites automatically flow in to the instance of the original source content on the WordPress or money site. In the bottom of that content, all the distribution links kind of pile in, linking out then to those hot media sites, ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, what have you. Our WordPress plugin is a dual agency reseller plugin and a client-side plugin. It's a smart plugin. Matt and our team have done a phenomenal job on this. It's one plugin for you as the agency or reseller. You can install a plugin on any one of your own sites, and that will aggregate all of the press releases and all of the distribution links to each of the client-side sites that are going out to the client side through an API key. It aggregates all that activity on one or many sites, and it basically creates a unique business page for each business you have connected into your agency account on our platform, builds a business page for them, and then aggregates all of the ongoing press releases under that business page silo in schema markup automatically for you as an agency. And then it does all of that same thing I just said, basically on a per client basis on the client side. So that's our WordPress plugin. It's phenomenal. It's proprietary and it kicks ass. we do have a direct Google Maps API integration with 3 distinct GMB signals that are created automatically from the moment you create a new PR for any given agency. I'm sorry, any business account you have tied to your agency. So you query the Google Maps API, you select the business that's in there, and then it pulls in the GMB map embed for you automatically. And we also give you the places ID and the public URL as well to use in your linking strategy in the second step of our wizard. We also have all do follow defaulted links with no follow select options. So if you get into real technical SEO, we know how important link diversity is and link variance. And so inside each of these major media sites that the content is getting syndicated out to, we want to vary the links and have a diverse linking structure there. And so our platform is built with the ability for you to basically take any link that you put in your pickup or in your content and select it as a no file. We'll put 5, 6, 7, 8 links into a press release, and some of those are selected as no follow, some of them are selected as do follow. We can get into a whole discussion on just on link diversity, but we built that technology right into the software platform for advanced SEOs who want to really do that and vary their link diversity, especially when you're doing ongoing content marketing, having your anchor text variants, having your links, having a diverse link structure. And we'll get into another component of link variants here in a second. But we do have advanced SEO automation on the distribution sites and the WP plugin sites. I just kind of mentioned that. The omni-channel distribution options are coming here in the next 30 to 60 days. We'll have another channel that'll be opened up, but instead of it being when you hit the publish button, it automatically goes out to all of our distribution sites. That was one big area we saw was just huge waste and a complete oversight on all these other PR services that are out there. You hit the publish button, and every time you hit the publish button, the content gets syndicated to the same exact set of sites that are in that PR services distribution network, right? And what that creates is a massive link footprint over time, especially as that software or PR service gets bigger and bigger. The more and more people and the more and more articles that are published on that same platform are all going up to that same link footprint. And that's just, that, and I think we probably go beyond thinking, and we have probably a educated scientific guess here that the declining value or the declining efficacy of the other PR services over the last year to 2 years. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's taken longer and longer for some of these PRs to even get picked up or indexed. There's fewer and fewer and fewer of them being picked up and indexed. The rest are being omitted in the results if they're even being indexed. And it's taken more and more press releases over time to accomplish the same result. Well, that declining in efficacy of these other PR service, I think, is at least in part, if not in major part, applied to or attributed to this link footprint issue. Well, we strategically addressed that issue by allowing for distribution channel options. So on our platform, starting in the next 30 days or so, you'll be able to select a secondary option if you want to distribute the content to another set of about 60, 65 different newspaper and financial sites. We have other channels coming, just down the line as well. We'll be adding 1 or 2 different channels every quarter at a minimum as we move forward. So you'll be able to select channel A and channel C, channel B and channel D, channel A, B, C, and D, whatever you want that's relevant to the content or just for link variance, link footprint variance purposes. That omni-channel distribution option is a very strategic approach to addressing what we think is a fatal miss by all these other PR services.
Yeah, that's if I can, I want to jump in just for a minute because that's one of the things that I think is a big feature, guys. The fact that you can vary your link diversity. That's something I've talked about for ever since we launched the local PR Pro courses. That I particularly use one service more than another, but I've always kept my subscriptions with multiple PR distribution services for a very specific reason, and that is especially with the PR stacking method. It's great to have link diversity so that and a lot of these PR distribution services will still use a standard subset of distribution points, but they have some of their own built in, some of their own unique distribution points, like other different media sites that they syndicate to essentially. And so that's why I've talked about using more than just one press release service. And I still stand by that today. And that's what Lane is saying that can be done in Quantum Newswire. And going forward, there will be more options available, more channels to essentially post to, so that you can vary from the same distribution service. You can vary the footprint essentially.
Yeah.
So very cool, Lane.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks.
Let me add in that. Let me jump in. This is Matt. So let me just add to what Bradley was saying. So there's two sets of link diversity that we want to look at. We have the overall platform and the media sites that we're distributing to, and that digital footprint. But in addition to that, internally, we're also referring to the links that are embedded within the particular content. So on any particular press release, you may have 3, 5, 7 links. What we're also suggesting and also allowing you guys to manage is you shouldn't have 7 links that go to your money site, right, or the target site, because that's immediately considered spammy and reduced trust flow, which I just posted in the chat. What you want to do is you want to diversify that and potentially have 3 links to the money site. One of those 3 money site links should be a no follow, and then the other 4 links, potentially 3, 4, should be outside sources. Because remember, Google's EAT algorithm is looking for information that is beneficial to the reader. So say, for instance, you're referencing, you have a building client. It makes a lot of sense for you to reference ANSI, the American National Standards Institute, in your press release, because that looks like you're providing additional information that's beneficial to the reader about builders in general, right? And you can no follow that link. We suggest that you diversify those links as well. So if you had 3 external links that are just leading to other additional information, you can do follow and no follow those links, and then do follow and no follow your target URL links. That creates an extremely diverse link density and dispersed diversity. So I just wanted to throw that in. You guys can jump back in now.
And it also provides co-citation that way too, which is another powerful feature.
Absolutely.
Remember, guys, Google's algorithm is always looking for, for manipulation. And so the more natural, I mean, if you're always doing do follow and then you're just constantly slamming your assets with do follow links, that just starts to reek of manipulation over time, right? But as Matt was talking and Bradley were talking, if you're diversifying your links, no follow, do follow, and mixing that up, that variance just is Google's algorithm looks at that content and look at it from a manual reviewer standpoint. And this is how I've always done it. I've always done SEO from the manual reviewer standpoint. I'm looking, if I got hired by Google to manually review this page, would it pass the sniff test? And if it doesn't, I mean, I've just not done it. I'm not saying you can't rank stuff with doing it things different ways. I'm just saying how I've approached it, because we've been doing it for not rank and rent. We've been doing it for clients who we can't risk to, some of the things that you can do in other approaches or strategies. But if you look at it from that manual reviewer standpoint, if it passes all of those, man, you got great quality content, and that's what the EAT algorithm is exactly looking for, that main quality content. I'll jump back in here, but guys, please, I love the discussion, the back and forth, the dialogue. So if there's anything else that you want to pop in with, please let me know. We do have an advanced text editor for superior SEO and visuals in all pickup sites. I'll be able to show you some comparisons just visually, how the content on our platform is so much more visually appealing. Again, manual reviewer looking at it, a huge difference there. But also just we also have superior SEO capabilities in our advanced text editor that some of these other PR services don't have. Also, for no extra charge, you can embed videos and up to 10 images. And we have image library management on Amazon S3 bucket. Another thing that was really cool for me, because I've made mistakes in PRs before. I've foobarred a couple links, just things were moving the pace of the day, whatever, and didn't put the right link in, or and then I'm like, oh crap, that thing was just published on Press Cable and it ain't coming down and I can't fix it. Well, on our platform, don't worry about it. We've got post-publish editing. If it's a mistake, you want to update a link, you want to include a new image, you didn't like the way the image was formatted or the way it was justified after it went live, yeah, no problem. Just come in back into our platform, hit edit, do your changes, and hit publish again, and it'll be live usually within a half an hour or so. Not always, maybe an hour, but literally within usually 15 minutes to an hour, those changes are published live. This is a platinum level feature right now. Everyone, no matter what level you come in at, it's a live feature that everyone gets, but it will, from when we have the ability, the time to to work on that code set to make it a platinum level feature. It will bump down to platinum level only, probably starting in April sometime. But we do have that feature, which is unique. I don't know of anyone else that has that. So, and then we also have the voice search distribution channel option. It's still live at no extra cost, but I've been told that the trial is coming to an end. I'm not sure exactly when. We'll still be able to. We'll have it as an option, like I said, in one of our omni-channel distribution options. It's going to be about a 2 to 3 credit bump in order to have voice search. But for right now, it's still included at no cost. And what does that do? It sends your content into the voice search ecosystems of Google Assistant, Microsoft Cortana, Apple Siri, and Amazon Alexa. Just did another test this morning at just before 9 a.m. Using a kind of a search phrase that would look for one press release or a few that I know that we sent out, and the first 2 results were our 2 results for one of our clients. So and I'll show you this client as one of the case studies. So the voice search ecosystem is also a great distribution channel. From an SEO standpoint, I don't know that we've been able to. I can't say that we've fully tested this and seen the great benefits of it, but I can say I can't imagine it hurting. And I can tell you the results that we've been getting have been much better, much more positive and faster than what we were getting on Press Cable and on Newswire when we were using those platforms previously. So that's a really cool option as well. So how is this going to help your business or agency grow? Depending on your model, like I said, whether it's rank and rent or you're doing client-facing SEO. Number one, you can, on our platform, build authority to web assets on demand for a very low cost. Number two, you can strategically position your clients as the expert. If you're a rank and rent, well, you still should have a client, so to speak. That's a company. That company should still have an individual, even if it's an alias individual, and that person should be strategically positioned as the expert in that rank and rent geo market. You can create powerful do-follow links on major news media sites. And I'll underscore this, we do not have any PBNs. There's no need for it because our platform does a lot more than what the other ones do. So we don't need to be driving juice to all these PBNs. In fact, I'll just say on Press Cable, we saw some ugly looking spam scores on some of the places that our content was ending up on. And that was a major driver for me to say, Matt, we need to build this because I don't want to be risking any of our client side assets with anything that's gonna be getting out on spammy sites. And so PBNs can, even if they're quality sites, they can become spammy over time because of the footprint issue we discussed earlier. So we're only focusing on high quality, authoritative sites that have high traffic, no PBNs. And let the software, the technology, and the strategy that we've baked in really do the work, and it's been positive. Each release stays live as a news article for 30, 60, or 90 days, respectively, depending on your access level. So the majority of all the other PR services, the content gets flushed on day 31. There's a few, I think, that might have 60 days out there. I don't know if you guys know or not, but I know the majority of them have on day 31. The content is flushed. It's gone. If you find that link to an ABC site or a Fox site in the SERPs after day 31, and you click on that link, it goes to a 404 error page. We have a solution to that called permanent web archiving. And so on day 31, 61, or 91, depending on your access level, the redirect links that we give you will automatically redirect to the permanent web archive. What our platform is doing is it's creating a automatic web archive of every single pickup page on the ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox sites, the radio station sites, the newspaper sites, and we publish those web archives for you automatically, and then our redirect links will redirect automatically to those permanent web archive pickups with live links. Those are published to the Wayback Machine. So you have live links for life. We basically, once you put a piece of content on our platform, that content, once it's published, is immortalized forever. It never loses its value. It certainly will have less value as a web archive than it will on an NBC site, right? Let's be real. But you will forever retain some residual value of that content being published on major sites. You'll have proof of the expertise that was gained by that content, that author or that company being featured on these authoritative sites, and those links are always live forever. And then on our platform, as it says here, depending on your access level, you can have your content stay live on the live media sites for up to 90 days. We even have a few right now that are live longer than 90 days. We guarantee a minimum of 30, 60, or 90, depending on your access level. Just talked about the permanent web archives of every pickup. Our WordPress plugin creates value, differentiates you for SEO and PR purposes. In fact, we believe that if you're an agency and you're doing SEO, one of the biggest challenges is that once you're successful, I've seen it happen over and over again. Once you're successful and you now got this business to page one and they're doing well and the business is coming in and they're happy, all of a sudden, like 3 or 4 or 6 months later, they kind of decide they don't need you anymore. Anyone ever have that happen? I have had it happen. They kind of be like, well, we just want to stop paying, and then all that. And so how do you unplug? Well, if you're doing, link building where you can turn links on and off, that can work and they can lose their rankings. But if you've been building, for EAT and you've been building for authority, and especially for us, we've been doing it without doing a lot of those traditional link building techniques. It can be hard to shut things down. With our WordPress plugin, we're going to allow you to create much more a sticky factor, because all of that content that you've helped them publish on our platform through that WordPress plugin that's going to their site with all that schema markup and all those distribution links that now redirect to permanent web archives. Well, if there's 2 or 4 or 10 or 40 articles associated with their account and your agency account, and they decide to divorce you and go, and cut you off, you turn the WordPress plugin off and they lose all that functionality on their site. So the stickiness factor goes there. In fact, we would encourage you to charge 10 to 25 bucks a month, pay for your access that way, and just demonstrate. I always know that if I don't charge, or at least communicate that there's a charge, and then give them a discount, there's no perception of value if it's free. So if you're going to use this as an agency on client sites, at least communicate the value that this is $25 a month. And if you're not going to actually charge them for the WordPress plugin being installed and maintained on their site, that's fine. You can do that, but at least communicate the value of what's going on with this extra WordPress plugin and all that it does. Where are we going with this? Well, this is, we've already got some of these things live, which I've already talked about, but Our agency WordPress plugin that I've been talking about just gives you some specs here. As long as you're running WordPress version 4.9 or forward and PHP 5.6 plus or forward, it's going to work on your site. Matt and the team have developed it in a way so that it's basically theme agnostic. It should run on just about every theme that you might possibly be using. Obviously, we had no way to test all of those potential variances, but it was built in a way so that it would be theme agnostic and work on as many different installations of WordPress as we could accommodate from a development standpoint. We also have Google Drive Stack automation coming. That'll be a future feature that is coming, and it'll be included at no extra cost for anybody who joins today, and our past agencies and resellers that have joined, our charter members, as we call them. We've got Google Drive Stack automation coming in. You'll be able to connect to a Google Drive folder with a Gmail account or a G Suite account, and there'll be some awesome things coming with that Google Drive Stack automation, including optimized PDF creation of all of the different pickup instances, and then pushed into the G Stack for more optimization there. We also have integrated PR stacking coming. So, we've already talked about all the automation that happens with the WordPress plugin, but when PR stacking feature is live, you'll be able to, you'll be in if you're doing a new PR or a new piece of content for an existing company account that you have in your account, and you've done 5 press releases previously for them, you'll be able to pick, which one in that stack do you want to link to, and we'll be able to, have automation for you in terms of the PR stacking features. We do true blog article distribution versus PR only coming. However, even today on our platform, as long as it's written in third person, you can do kind of regular content, 5 questions to ask when hiring a Austin dentist, or things like that wouldn't be traditional press release. You can do that now, but we'll have an actual different workflow in the future for press releases versus a regular blog article, and that article content still gets distributed out on all the major media sites. We do have automated search engine submission feature coming as well for immediate indexing purposes. We talked about how important it is for content sourcing, along with our strategic advantages from a content sourcing standpoint. We'll also have coming soon automated search engine submission. And then we'll also have one-click GMB posting of article pickups. We already have the Google Maps API integration. That's already live for Google Map embeds. We're going to just be extending on that feature, and you'll be able to take any press release for any of your company accounts, and you'll be able to take an instance of that one-click GMB post for that, which will take the headline, the blog summary, and the featured image from the existing published PR, and just post that to a GMB. You'll be able to drive more traffic, and obviously the circle of linking and juice that will come from that will be fun to watch. Also, our WordPress plugin is going to be continually innovated. You'll be able to have soon the As Seen On and Google Review website pop-ups come up on the site that has the WordPress plugin installed. It'll pull in Google reviews, and then it'll vary as 5-star reviews along with As Seen On NBC, CBS, or Fox, and those little pop-ups will be hot linked out to either the review on the GMB listing or out to a live NBC, CBS, ABC, or Fox site. So reputation, great feature for just enhancing on-site user experience and the reputation, the credibility. Obviously, you can see if a manual reviewer went to a site like that, how impressive that would be. We're also working on a solution for service area business map embeds. I've talked with Bradley about that a little bit as well. We all know the issues and the limitations that you have with SABs, but we are working on a technology solution to solve that limitation that GMB has. All right, so I'll pause there. Matt, Bradley, Adam, anybody want to interject a little bit? Otherwise, we can go into either live case studies or a live demo of the software too. So, I'll let you guys kind of give me some direction.
Yeah, I'm ready to see some live examples of what especially to show like how the WYSIWYG editor, that how visually appealing they are, the press releases are that you can publish on your platform. It's really cool, guys. And just some of the other features, including the map embed and all that.
All right, let me just get my live. I think this might be it. Nope, it's not. Let me get the window open here. Give me 1 second. I got to find that window here. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
No worries. And yeah, that there's a lot of really cool features that you guys have integrated that I just think are amazing. Again, that are just really different from anything else we've seen before. I love the fact that it's got the WordPress plugin, and you can build the authority back to whatever point of origin that you want, which is super powerful. And then, a lot of the other link variants, like you said, link diversity, the different types of channels you can publish to, those are all really cool features. The PR stacking automation is going to be awesome. Guys, drive stack automation, that's fabulous. If Marco was here, he'd be salivating.
Yeah, we figured. It makes me salivate too, Bradley. I'm excited for it. All right, so we're looking at a press cable press release on a CBS, one of the major sites that we syndicate to as well. And I just wanted to point out right at the very beginning, they're indicating here's the source of the content. And then if you go down here, they also, again, tell you, hey, here's the source of the content. No Google Map embed. Press cable doesn't have that as a feature at all. Here's another press release by News Network. Again, they tell, I don't know. This is a kind of a new one I've seen, but they're telling Google the source is somewhere else. It's not, or it's directly here on this page. Look, there's no image embeds, there's no video embeds. Just really, really site. I'm sorry, a press release experience for that the reader or what have you. I'll give me a second, guys. Sorry, my browser's moving slow now. All of a sudden, kind of frozen. Matt, anything you want to interject while I'm pulling up some different press releases to show them, and then we'll go into some live case studies as well.
Sure. If you guys have any questions, I am monitoring the chat, so feel free to ask them, and I can respond to you in real time as you guys ask those questions. So if you guys want to participate live. So a couple other things I'll share, while Lane pulls this up. So we have an integrated plugin that manages sourcing, but if your client doesn't have a WordPress site, or you just don't have WordPress properties, we do have a manual source insert. So you can actually log in to the app, and then you can select your GMB site. So what you would do is post the press release to your GMB site. You would grab that URL, and then we can let you insert that directly into the app, and that'll accomplish basically the same thing as our plugin. Now the plugin does have a few other perks beyond that, but the important aspect of sourcing the content so that you pass the juice and the trust flow to the source of that news article or that content piece, I can't overstate how important that is. Otherwise, each of the news sites becomes its own source, and it'll actually in the SERPs you'll see where it shows omitted results. So it doesn't matter. A lot of platforms brag about distributing to 300, 400, 500, sometimes 1,000 sites. It really only does damage, because you'll see of the very few of those media sites that actually index, the vast majority of them are omitted from the results. Right? They're in secondary. Can you guys hear me? Hello?
I can hear you, Matt. I think Lane's browser's is choked up because of all those press release sites and all the ads.
Okay, so Lane was saying he lost.
Lane, are you available? Because I know your browser seems to be hiccuping right now. Apparently not. I would recommend he shut some of those tabs down, because I know those ads will eat up bandwidth. Something terrible.
Okay. Well, I'll keep on chatting a little bit. Did you have any specific questions come up or thoughts, Bradley?
No, not at the
Anything
moment.
else?
Guys, we'll be getting to the pricing structure here in a minute. I see Matt already started answering some of those. Loisel, I'm hoping I don't say that incorrectly. Jonathan says, any limitation in terms of content we can talk about in the PR? Can we talk about payday loans, installment loans, business loans, or e-cigarettes?
Yeah, great question. So the only limitations are that since these are actual NBC and CBS, Fox News sites, the only limitations that they put on us is that we cannot publish anything that is adult related. So no pornography, no adult toys or anything of that nature. Nothing overtly political, so nothing supporting different candidates or slandering other candidates. And then the third thing is nothing overly religious in terms of proselytizing. So obviously you could post about a church that's opening or something of that nature, something that's, benign. But we can't allow the promoting of any religion, politics, or adult content. Those are the only three limitations. We did recently get approval for CBD and cannabis products, so that we can actually do PR and content on that as well. So that's good.
Oh, that's cool, because I know a lot of places won't allow that, or specifically prohibit that. So that's cool. It looks like Lane lost his audio, he says. I think his bandwidth was being eaten up by all those PR sites that had the ads open. So let's see if he refreshes and jumps back on. So I guess, should I take the time now and jump into, at least provide the offer while we're waiting for him to come back, or do you want me to wait, Matt?
Yeah, let's just go ahead, and it's getting kind of late, so you can go ahead and spin it up. You have the deck, the updated deck, so
well, I do. Stand by here, Lane now. Let's see if he can jump back on. Lane, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you again.
Yeah, as I was saying in Facebook in the chat, you should probably close down some of those browser tabs, because I know the ad platforms will eat up your bandwidth something terrible.
Yeah, all of a sudden everything just kind of froze and my browser wouldn't respond or nothing. So I think I'm back, and it seems things are going all right again. So
yeah, you probably had to dump your browser just to clear the cache. And it's funny, because I've noticed when I'm doing tests on PR stuff and I've got like multiple browser tabs open with different distribution sites, those ad platforms will just like make my browser totally crash. Sometimes it almost kicks me off the internet. Like, it's crazy.
yeah, and Chrome I have found is very resource intensive too, as you start multiplying tabs out. So,
all right. Well, if you want to carry on, I was about to reveal the offer because you were offline, but let's carry on, and we'll get to that in just a minute.
Yeah. All right. So, just guys, I'm going to do some quick, I did some searches in advance here, but landscape lighting companies near Alpharetta, using near Alpharetta just to kind of eliminate the search operator, just to search for landscape lighting companies. This is a client we've been doing SEO on. We helped them go multi-location. They were only getting search coverage up in the north of Marietta area, and this whole North Atlanta is really their market area. They didn't know what to do. We came in, helped them go to multi-location, execute on that. So they now have 3 locations, and you got Alpharetta, you've got Marietta here, #1. Outdoor lighting, they need to do a little work on that. They're in a 3-pack here, but also their websites almost in every case here. Here's their website on that one. Here's their website down here, right here. Go to this one. They're getting 2 spots on page 1, local, organic, and map pack here. Security lighting, #1, #2 position, even though there's no map pack. You can see the enhanced search that we're getting there with schema. #1 for landscape lighting design. So we're not just getting just one category. We're getting multiple business categories, multiple #1 map pack positions, also in the local organic. And we've only been doing this for 4 months with this client. If you want to use it for national SEO, just a real quick example here. This is a national search term. This is a national company. Number 1, number 2, number 3 images in here are all, these first 3 images are for out of the one press release. So this may not seem a lot to you guys, but one client or one new customer for this client is worth about $250,000, right? So it doesn't take a lot, for them to get a nice ROI. Landscape companies near a different market, so just a different geo area. This is a brand new company that's only had 3 press releases. They were nowhere to be found in the entire Triangle, Pittsburgh, North Carolina market. They populated in after 1 press release. They popped right into the 3-pack here, and they also populated right into they got 3 spots organic here. So you can see that we're not just driving map pack, but local organic, national organic. Obviously, if we're getting keywords, you can brand SEO, author SEO. Those get even a little easier because you just have less competition for those keywords. So just a quick couple of live case studies there, and then I'll just go right to the app, and we can get signed in. I can show you guys, just a quick walkthrough here. If you guys want to, if you have any questions while I'm pulling this up, why don't you go ahead and let me know if you got any questions about what I've gone through so far, Bradley. I'm going to be, going in here, and so I'm inside of an agency reseller account. You can see the different PRs that are in here. You can, expand the view if you got more than, what fits into one window. Really simple navigation. If you've used any of the other services, this might look somewhat familiar. You can create a new one from scratch. You can pick from a company that you've already got saved in your agency reseller account, or you can add a new company. Really simple, just by adding company, filling this information in, dropping a logo in here, and hitting save. Once you add a company, it's then saved in your agency reseller account, so you'll be able to recall it from history. So if I just pick, this one, for example, it brings all the information on that company in. It brings in the Google Maps or GMB listing for that company. It embeds the map automatically. You can see we pull in the Google Maps CID link, which we can copy to the clipboard, or we can copy the Google Maps public URL to the clipboard and use that in the second stage, or the second step of the wizard, which is where we kind of put all the majority of the information on this piece of content or article. We'll put in the headline, blog headline, content with our editor. I'll go into a different press release. In fact, let me just do that now, just to show you one that has more content. You can see here the edit feature. This is already a published PR, so you can see the edit feature. I could come in here. The only thing I can't edit on a published PR is the headline and blog headline. Everything else can be updated, changed, what have you. So you can see here inside this PR, we've got number 1, we've got H2 text, right? You can come in here and you can section off your content with H2, H3, and H4 tags. Very, very nice way. And then what that produces is a really nice looking piece of content to read. You can embed your images. Now, what I do is I embed images. This is also a nice backlink. In order to embed an image, you just put the image or the cursor where you want to embed from, and you can drop that image in. I'll use images from Google My Business listings, from the WordPress site, from Google Photos. You can pull in images that are hosted in the cloud, anywhere in the cloud, right into your PR, and embed those images and create a nice image backlink. You can obviously drop your links in here. And the one thing you don't have to do as you do with all other PR services, is put all your NAP and all that stuff in here at the bottom. Why? Because we do all that for you using the company information that we get directly from step 1 and from Google. So to look at what that looks like out online, now that this is all working again, is let me go to this press release here so you can see what it looks like out on the live site. So you can see we've got nice thumbnail images here. You don't see that on most of the other services that you might have used before. You've got that nice H2 and H3 tag, which is good on-page SEO. Got that image that you could drop in there. And then you've got the images down here as well. And then you've got all the NAP that got dropped in here automatically from our platform. In markup language, we got the GMB map listing here. And then we've got the source link that goes out to the actual money site, which in this case is the WordPress site. And that's sourced directly to the instance of this article that went up first and got published first on the WordPress site right here. So we source link it here. So we're explicitly telling Google, give all the credit, the authority, the expertise, the trust flow from this article and this instance to this specific, permalink or, web page. The other thing that you'll see here is we have these thumbnails up here, which just pop in and out for a feature. But then if you come down here and you click on any one of these images, they actually open up in a new window, and you can see these images down here are hosted on a externals S3 bucket. Matt and company are doing a lot with image library management and image SEO. As you've already seen in some of these examples, we've had images show up right in the SERPs. You've seen probably more and more of that happening. So image SEO is a focus of ours in terms of future innovations and what have you. So back to the software, you can see then how it looks out on the live site, how we've used our advanced text editor to create a nice on-page optimized content along with how it looks. And then when you come down here, you can see how we have anchor tag options. So it picks up all the links in the body, and then we can choose the ones that we want for no follow or do follow. If we leave them unchecked, they're going to be do follow by default. And then once this is done, we just continue to the last part of the third step of the wizard, which is to drop in our images. You can have up to 10 and then publish. And then here's your sourcing options that we discussed as a feature. You can either manually insert, use the WordPress plugin, or use our own application domain if you want. I wouldn't know you would want to, but you can. We give that as an option, or you can just leave it unsourced completely if you want. I would highly recommend you use either manually inserting the source URL or using the WordPress plugin. But if you have a money site or a client has a site that's not in WordPress, you can do a manual insertion and then just put the content on their site first, grab the permalink URL, and then manually insert it here, and off you go.
So that's how you could actually push power back to a GMB website, correct?
I've already done that. You got it, Bradley. I've taken a GMB post or a GMB site, and I've used the GMB post as a source link just to vary it, and I've also used the GMB site as a source link for that as well. Yes. So if you put the content, you get in GMB, you get up to 1,500 characters, so it's a lot longer. You can drop a large part of the content. Let's call it an excerpt. If it's longer than 1,500 characters, launch that into the GMB post. You know that the post then follows into the GMB site if you've got a GMB site, and then you just use manually inserting, and you just drop that link in here, and you push all that juice right into your GMB site or post. You go into your agency account by up here in the navigation, and here's where you have your web records is always turned on by default. It's enabled. So if you want to disable web records, you can come in here and disable it. Don't know why you would want to, but you can disable it if you don't like the feature. WordPress plugin is here. You got our change log and just some of our notices here. You download the plugin right here, and then you provision API keys for your different clients in your account under the API tab by generating a new token. It's pretty simple. Generate token. You pick the specific client you're generating the token for and hit create. Creates the token, and you just drop in here. You copy and paste that token once you have the WordPress plugin installed on the client site, and off you go. So that's the WordPress plugin. We do have integrated ticket desks, so you don't have to go out to Zendesk or Freshdesk or like most other apps you have. We have directly in-app support, so you can create new tickets right here. You don't have to go out to the new ticket desk. They're managed right here. Matt and the team pick up these tickets on our side in our help desk and just manage all that right inside your account. As you can see, we haven't had a whole lot of issues. Every once in a while, we find a bug or whatever. So, you know, if you have any requests, any tickets, any bugs, anything at all, you just use your own integrated ticket desk that's integrated right into your agency reseller account. We also have a knowledge base. That knowledge base will grow. We have things like video tutorials. You can come in here and you can select different video tutorials that we have in here in our knowledge base. Or, you know, there's just a couple different categories. We got one on the WordPress plugin. So, you know, if you want to know how to install it, you can just come in here and click on it, and it just, you know, gives you some. I got to fix these images, Matt, but we got a, you know, a help topic on that stuff. This will continue to grow as well. And you got a dashboard that just kind of gives you an overview of press releases and, you know, where things are at distribution wise. And then you click on the press releases tab. This will expand, like I said, once we have true blog article integration. You'll have another option here for articles versus press releases. Right now, you can see here like 5 questions to ask when hiring a Raleigh electrician. I can come in here, I can view a report on that, see where my pickups are at. We actually measure traffic and hits on these sites, and you can download all these into a CSV along with our automatic redirect links. So for reporting or for indexing purposes, whatever you might want, if you want to download that as a CSV, that's you can do that. Or if you want to just click on any of the live links, you can click on that and you can see what it looks like out on the live site. The other thing that's coming, I didn't even have that in our feature roadmap, is email drip campaign for reporting. One of the things that I saw as I would give these press cable reports out to our clients, you know, earlier last year before we had our platform live, was that after 2 or 3 reports, they kind of lost their perceived value. Because there's just all these links, you know, and you know the client doesn't really click on that a whole lot. And so what we're creating is a drip campaign, that automated drip email campaign that will go out of your agency account to the client, and we'll just drip 2 or 3 or 4 of these PR pickup sites on them over time versus all at one time. You know, just, you know, and it's kind of like too much information all at once anyway, and they lose their value. So just from an automated reporting standpoint, we've got some things that we're working on that way. But you can go ahead and inside your agency account, you know, get out to any of these major sites and look at, you know, the instance of these PRs out there. So again, you can see sourcing, Google Map embed, business nap. All of these are really good structured citations. Instances on every single site. So you've got structured citation, Google Map signals. So if we go back to, you know, the Moz local ranking factors in that pie chart, and you look at GMB signals, and we look at citation signals, on-page signals, behavioral signals, you got traffic signals. I mean, you've got all sorts of signals happening just because you put one piece of content into our platform and hit the publish button. What else, guys? Anything else that I've missed, or any questions or feedback or things you want me to show you in the software? Anything?
I think you've done an amazing job going through all the features and stuff. I mean, talking about the future features that are coming out as well. So, and I don't see any questions that haven't already been answered by Matt, because he's been steady answering questions in the chat. So if you want to go into the offer,
sure.
Something else you want to cover?
Nope, that's it. Just want to make sure too. You know, I did. You know, so just one more thing on case studies, guys. This was just one screenshot of one instance of a website that was beyond page 10 or 15. And with one PR, you can see the inflection here. What happened with one press release? How many spots it increased just recently. This was just last week, or 2 weeks ago. So just to give you one more screenshot of just to see what happened with as soon as one PR on our platform went live on just this one domain. You can see some of the domain stats from Ahrefs here on some of these distribution points that we have as well. So, all right. So quick overview on pricing. There are 2 components to using our agency reseller platform. A little bit different than other services. Don't compare. So component number 1 is platform access. So there's pricing for our agency resellers to access the platform and have their agency account. And then there's platform credits. So platform access options, we either have a monthly subscription option, or right now, while we have them available still, we have lifetime access charter memberships. So we do have some lifetime access charter memberships available, or you can just simply join in on a monthly subscription and pay as you go. On our platform, a credit equals $1. So as you need to buy more credits to fill your account to do distributions or have us write articles for you, and you need to use credits to pay for that, you simply buy more credits on a dollar for dollar basis. So platform credits in your account are used basically right now. There'll be more things coming in the future. We've got a lot more things coming than I even put on the feature roadmap. But for now, credits are used for either content link and GMB map embed distributions. One distribution, which includes the contents, the links, the GMB map embeds, is 10 credits or $10. So to send a distribution of your content out to our authority network of those sites is 10 credits or $10. And then if you want us to write the article for you, we have two options for you. A 600-word article is 50 credits. A 450-word article is 40 credits. So you're out the door. If you want a complete done-for-you service, it's going to be either 50 or 60 credits for you, depending on the length of the article. We have more features in terms of content coming soon. We'll have a sliding scale for number of words that you want, and a sliding scale for three. I think, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, but three-star, 4-star, or 5-star quality rating for quality of the writing as well. So there's going to be some more innovation coming in terms of the done-for-you writing service soon. But for now, it's simple 450 or 600-word article. When new distribution channels open up, you'll be able to add these channels for additional content and link placement purposes. Our new channels of distribution will be estimated between 2 and 5 credits each. So if you keep the, let's just say hypothetically, in April, after we have another distribution channel open or voice search gets charged for 2 or 3 credits, you might be at 12 or 13 credits instead of 10 if you want to include the additional channels. If you don't, you'll have those options just to stick with primary channel. So a special launch offer that we have for Semantic Mastery members: lifetime access without a monthly subscription. We have basically silver, gold, and platinum. Made it simple, but here are our prices. We'll give you a link to this URL. But so what does this mean? Silver is $747 one time for a lifetime access. It includes $250 worth of credits up front. It allows you to put on 10 entities or companies onto your agency account. Those are the entities that have a Google Map listing associated with them, a WordPress plugin, the archives, the link, all of those things are what we call a managed entity or a company account. And so a silver allows you to have 10 of those. And then you have 30-day content live cycle feature. Gold, $14.97, $500 of initial credits on your account. You get 25 managed entities and 60-day content live cycle. And then platinum, one time, $24.97 includes $1,000 worth of initial credits for your account. You get 100 managed entities. That's an extra bonus of 50 for lifetime platinum, 90-day content live cycle, and like I said, the post-published quantum editing feature, which is right now live for all levels, but will only be platinum once we get that code set done in April. So those are the lifetime access options. We do have monthly subscription options, which I'll show you in a second, but those are the lifetime access options as well. We do have one monthly subscription special that we are giving you guys as Semantic Mastery members today, and that is our platinum level monthly subscription. Instead of it being $239 a month, it's $197 a month. It includes 50 credits every month. So every time you pay the $197, your account gets loaded with 50 new credits. If you didn't use the credits from the month previous, they roll over. They never expire as long as your account stays active. With the monthly platinum, you get 50 managed entities insteed of the 100 that you get at lifetime, and you get the bonus of the post-published quantum editing feature as well. Now, Matt and I also wanted to include a couple other things. So we have 3 exclusive bonuses for Semantic Mastery members. So one thing we did is we've had a lot of people want to come in at Platinum, but expressed that they didn't have the whole $2,500 up front. So Matt and the dev team worked on some integrations so we have 3 payment plan options. So if you want Platinum Lifetime, but don't have the full $24.97 up front, we have 3 payment options for you. 3 payments of $900, 5 payments of $600, or 10 payments of $325. That gives you lifetime access after the payment plans are done. You'll never have a monthly subscription. You get all the features that we talked about for lifetime, just never have the monthly subscription. You'll get on the payment plan, you'll get your platform credits of 1,000 just rolled out over the payment plans as well. And then as you need new credits, like everyone else, it's dollar for dollar. Also, bonus number 2, if you invest by this Friday, March 22nd, you'll get a 10% bonus credit add-on. So we'll just add, if you join in at Platinum, you get 1,000 credits. If you join by Friday, we'll add an extra 100 credits on your account. If you join in at one of the other levels, we'll do 10% of whatever the credits are for that level. And bonus number 3, anyone who invests in gold or platinum lifetime today only will receive a free lifetime license to the Mapify 360 software, which just came out. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we'll give you a free agency account, lifetime access to Mapify 360. It finds claimed and unclaimed Google My Business listings, creates a quick kind of sales report, does some other things that are pretty cool for local SEO. So if you're in the local or rank and rent SEO, this is a cool software bonus. We picked up the software, and we'll give you guys a free lifetime access account on Mapify 360 if you join in at lifetime today at gold or platinum. So those are the 3 extra bonuses that we wanted to include special for you guys. And there is all the options are on this URL. I don't know if Matt wants, you can throw that in chat too, but that's the URL that you can go to. Use the promo code there to receive your 10% additional credits. That promo code will expire on Friday night at midnight. So, you get all week here to make a decision if you can't make one today. If you do make one today, we'll reward you with a free Mapify 360 lifetime account. And also you got the payment plan options. Matt, I don't know if the payment plan options are on that landing page here. If they're not, maybe you can pipe in, and I don't know if you're able to get them. They're not?
They are. If you click on the price, go back to the pricing matrix.
How about we just go to the page there? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, click on the $24.97. There's a link. It'll take you to the payment options.
Okay, so if you click on the payment $24.97, you hit sign up there. It's probably going to take me in here. I got
no, the actual number.
Yeah.
The price up top. Go back.
Right here. Oh, okay. Got it.
Click on that.
Okay, so there's your. So guys, if you want the payment plan on the platinum level, you got to click on the $24.97 number right here, and then that'll open you up into the payment plan options page, which will give you. Wait, where are they, Matt? No, it's going to the wrong page. If I click on this, it goes to.
It's going back. It's taking you back to the original.
Yeah. So check into that.
Look at it. No, it's right. It's correct.
Yeah, because
you're at it right now. You're at the payment page.
Those are all payment plans there, right?
There they are. Now they're
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Looks like it's
There's your payment plans, guys. If you want that, click on the $24.97 here and take you into your payment plans. So if you want payment plan options, there you are. Or we got gold, silver. We got the monthly platinum special for today. And if you just want pure monthly subscription, we got those down below. We do have yearly and annual options there. It defaults to the monthly option. So if you just want to go pure monthly, just leave it defaulted. It's $59, $119, or $239 a month. The details of each of these plans are right here in these pricing tables. One thing to note, we were testing these to make sure they were responsive. We found a couple of iOS versions that it wasn't working on for iPhone. So if you're on an iPhone and these pricing tables just don't work for you, just know it's specific to a few iOS versions, and just go to a tablet or a laptop, larger screen version, and it'll work just fine for you. We just wanted to call your attention to that in case you're on an iOS and it's not working for you on a phone. But
and anybody that ends up picking up the platinum or gold lifetime account, or possibly even a subscription account, guys, we're going to throw in Local PR Pro as a bonus, so that you guys can go through our training specifically about how to use press releases and press release stacking to get results for local. So I wanted to kind of throw that in there as well.
Awesome.
So is there any questions, guys? I don't see any questions on the main page. So if you have any questions, now is the time to ask them, because we're going to be wrapping up here in about the next 10 minutes. So anything else you want to cover while we're waiting to see if any questions roll in?
Matt, anything that I missed in terms of features or things that, I mean, I'm surprised there's not any questions, but maybe we did that good of a job of communicating the options and the pricing. Usually there's been questions about the pricing, so I wanted to make sure we try to explain it as good as we can, because it is a little bit different than some of the other services you might be used to. But, suffice to say that once you have your access, whether it's lifetime or monthly, doing a new distribution on our platform is simply $10 if you bring the content to our platform. If you want us to write it for you, it's either 50 or 60. There's no volume required on that. You don't have to buy 10 or 20 in bulk. You just simply have access, and you just buy your 10 credits, or you can fill your account with credits, and off you go. So from a distribution standpoint, we also are cheaper than anyone else out there. We didn't focus on having all this massive network. We focused on a really tight quality network that we knew was going to pass a lot of authority, and focused on passing on that raw cost. Really, it's at $10. That's the raw cost to distribute to that network. So we literally are passing through our pricing to distribution for distribution purposes. Matt?
Yeah, I mean, just to re-articulate, our revenue model is strictly our subscription fee. We want to pass all of the costs, because ultimately our platform is not just going to be press releases, as everyone's been sharing. It's content marketing, but it's more than that. It's signal generation. The next phase of things that come out with image optimization. I mean, we're gonna really be pushing any type of link or signal that Google or any of the other search engines can pick up. We're going to be getting it out there and managing it ongoing. That's why they're called managed entities, is because we have managed entities and unmanaged entities. Managed entities are those companies that you're going to be doing ongoing campaigns, or that are paying you a premium. We want to, the software will manage all of that content indefinitely, which is why we have a permanent web archive, so that you're able to communicate to your clients that this isn't just a one-time press release. There's a lot of SEO benefit that's being managed on an ongoing basis. And what we recommend is, with the WordPress plugin, is that you charge a monthly subscription fee. Even if the subscription fee was $10 or $25, every single plan has been designed so that if you have a paying customer for each instance of the plugin, your platform access fee is free. We give you 10 managed entities on the silver plan, which is only $59. If you charge $10, only $10 per client, you're generating $100 in revenue, and you're only being charged $59. It's a no-brainer. Now, I'm going to share with you something that's on the dev map. We are going to make it automated in the future to where our platform, you can add your own Stripe account, and you'll be able to manage billing for your client's plugin installation. It'll just automatically go out and bill them the $10, $15, $25 a month. And then you could then pay us for the subscription fee right out of that. You'll actually be positive cash flow. Besides the fact that every subscription includes enough credits, either for a distribution or for a done-for-you release, those credits in themselves, if you sell a distribution or an authored distribution, I mean, you guys should be selling those from anywhere from $150 to $300 per release, right? Unless you're doing an annual campaign. That more than doubles or triples the revenue of the subscription fee. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah, so I just got a message in Slack that the reason why there's not as many questions as we would typically see is because apparently the Discuss app, which is the comment app on the ClickFunnels page that we're using for the landing page for the webinar, is not allowing people to post comments. So I guess only some comments are getting through. So guys, that kind of sucks. This is the first time we've done a webinar on a ClickFunnels landing page since Google stopped allowing us to use the Google Plus Google event pages. So we've got some bugs to work out on our end, but I spoke with Matt and Lane about this already. One of the things I want to do, guys, is, typically when we do a promotion, which was rare when we don't really promote other people's stuff very often, but I usually do a more in-depth case study so that I can show results specifically for our audience around our methods and how we're using that product or platform. And so I've actually gotten a little bit behind. I was hoping to have some more case study data for you guys for some of my own projects that I could share with you, but I was unable to get it all completed. So this is the first webinar. Hopefully we're going to have these guys come back and do a second promotion after I've got some more case study data to show with some of my own projects, which you guys are probably already aware of many of my projects as it is. And so we'll get that worked out, and we'll do a second webinar, hopefully, as long as they're willing to come back in a couple of weeks, and maybe we'll work that out then. So are you guys cool with that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other thing too, guys, is as Matt was talking about the managed entities and all that we're doing, you could understand why we limited our lifetime access to 100. Yeah, the amount of things that our platform is going to be doing for each managed entity on an ongoing monthly basis. That's why we went to a monthly subscription model, and we were like, hey, let's open up lifetime access to, the first 100 or so people that get on board. So, we just launched this in late January. We've only done 2 other small webinars before. We've been doing some ground roots, just some of our own sales, just to get this going. So, but we have already sold 60 pretty quickly. So we've got about 40 left, 39, I think it was as of yesterday. So just giving you guys a heads up on that, the monthly will always be there. The lifetime access is limited. So, I want to encourage you guys to understand that. We're also not the kind of guys that are going to do bait and switch. We're not doing false scarcity. We're being, just straight up honest with people. Here's the time frames you got. When we sell out our 100, the lifetime's going to go away, and we'll have monthly to keep charging forward with. So just some transparency there in terms of where things are going in the future. But yes, we would love to come back and, whatever, if it's good for you guys, Bradley, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever.
Great. Thank you. That's awesome. So guys, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. I don't see any other questions. I saw Harem said a couple times, post the link back up. Well, we posted it in the chat multiple times, Harem, so it should be there available for you to see in the chat app itself. But also, guys, the replay will be going out with the links as well via email and such, and also be hosted on our YouTube channel. You can go check out the live video or the replay on our YouTube channel. The links are in the very top of the description also. Okay, so that's youtube.com/semantic mastery. And again, I'm going to be doing another further developing the case study out that I started on that honestly I fell behind with. Let me lock that back on you, Lane. Thank you for putting that up. Yeah. And so once I have some more information, more data to share, we'll have these guys come back on, and we'll show you guys that, and I'll show you my results. And like I said, anybody that purchases a platinum or silver level will get access to local PR Pro. All you got to do is contact us at support@semanticmastery.com. Again, support@semanticmastery.com. And we'll get you access to local PR Pro if you don't already have it. Okay.
Platinum or gold, just to correct you. I think you meant platinum or gold, right?
I meant platinum or gold. Correct. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me.
Yep. And anybody who's just listening and doesn't see a screen share, if you need the URL, I'll mention it once here real quick before we sign off. It's quantumnewswire.app/SM for semantic mastery -agency-offer. So quantumnewswire.app/SM-agency-offer.
Yeah, and don't forget to use the promo code SMastery10, which will give you an additional 10 credits monthly for the life of the account, correct?
Matt?
10%, yeah.
10%.
Gotcha. Yes, 10%.
If it's lifetime access, it's one time. So if you join in lifetime.
Right, correct.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, guys. I don't see any other questions coming in, so I think we can wrap. Oh, maybe there's one. Daniel says, "Is there an email for follow-up questions or problems during checkout?" Yeah. What's the support email, guys?
support@quantumnewswire.com or info@quantumnewswire.com, but use support. That'll be the best way. Right, Matt?
Support@quantumnewswire.com. I'll post
Yes.
that in the app. The questions, Daniel, I'll post that in the Discuss app as well for you to grab it from there. Okay. All right, guys. I appreciate you all coming on. And again, sorry for any technical difficulties. It's the first time we've done a webinar on a ClickFunnels landing page. So we may have to rework that and just put it back on our website and see how that works. But we appreciate you guys coming on. I'm actually looking forward to finishing the case study that I started. So we'll be chatting via Slack and or Skype over the next couple of weeks.
Awesome. Sounds good, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. See you.